Morning guys, it's early. I want to share this with you. We had a motor go out of our head saw Friday, and the bearings went out. So we pulled it out over the weekend Friday evening, and we had a funky way of getting it out. And I thought it'd be pretty cool to share with everybody. We thought we'd make a YouTube video out of this, but we didn't get taking the motor out. It's a 250 horse motor for a head saw. It's a electric motor, and the bearing, I think the front one went out, maybe, I'm not sure. I'd have to check. Sent it down to Jasper Electric Motors, and they redone it for us. And they had it, it took them 2 days, that's it. By the second evening they had it done, and they had to break it down and do machine work and weld stuff up and machine stuff down to get the bearings to fit in the housing tight and stuff. And they do that type of stuff for us all the time for good. Don't look at me like that, you make me insecure. Roger's just a dick. But this is how we got it out of here. We, Friday evening, after everybody went home, that's when I found out the daggone motor's out. It was making a racket. It was still running. Nothing electrical, didn't blow no fuses or nothing. It's still running and everything, it was out. So, me and Rick and Ball and Perry was all left. They said, how we getting this out there? I said, boys. I said, I'm coming in. Perry goes, you ain't gonna get that in there. I said, you've seen me log, you know I can do it. He said, well, all right, whatever. So we stuck a bunch of wood down in the pulp bunk and made some long logs and cribbed ourselves up. And I just drove that mini on up in here on top of the resaw deck and reached over here with the boom and plucked that motor out. Worked out great. Well, it's funny, got an excavator bucket sitting on the log deck. But Matt's gonna unload the motor and he'll set it up here for me, and then I'll grab the motor with the mini and swing him on around past all this stuff and set him in the hole. So let's get started, and I'll tell you about our time frame and all that stuff. We got a certain time frame we got to adhere to. We have to have this thing going by first break. So we got 2 hours, a little less than 2 hours to get this motor in. So let's get cracking. All right, what happened this week is Fridays when we found out the bearings was out of the motor. So we sent it off Jasper Electric Motors, revamped it up and had it done. Everything, they had their machine bearings and everything else in the housing and all that stuff to get it done. They had all that done by Tuesday afternoon. This is Wednesday morning. We picked it up. Roger went and picked it up late Tuesday afternoon. And this is Wednesday morning first thing. We start up the pallet department down there, and there's a few people didn't come to work today. They said they could do other stuff or whatever, but this is the day we're trying to get started, and we need to get this cash machine running. This is some chancy stuff I'm doing right here. Driving an excavator on top of a chain conveyor I mean, it looks safe enough, but that catwalk, if I screw up and end up over on the catwalk, I can fall 4 feet to the floor down the hole, then we'd really have a problem. The other things is, if I tear up any of these drive components, it's just, everything on a chain conveyor is very expensive, so you got to be careful not to screw things up, because any mistake there, next thing you know, you could have thousands of dollars worth of screw up there from just ignorance. You know, so I got to be very careful and tedious, but I should have hollered at Roger to come in here and help spot for me, but they're focused on getting that motor out of the truck without tearing the truck up or hurting the motor or anything, and they're going to get the truck out of there. Roger's getting the truck out right now. But I got to crib this thing up just right, so that way there's no, all my weight. I'm on a chain conveyor that's not designed for anything like this excavator sitting on it. This excavator's 18,000 pounds or whatever, 16, 18, whatever it is. But it's quite a bit of weight sitting on top of this chain conveyor. So we checked the supports, and, you know, and I could bust some bearings if I ain't careful, you know, just, I got to be very careful. And what I need to do also is, as I'm cribbing this up, I got to use that one tie you see on my top pip screen there, and I'm moving this other tie so I can back up my drive sprockets on the excavator a little bit. But I need to set my blade up on, I need to center it up on that tie, because that tie can't move any farther away. You'll see in a minute, and stay on something solid, like them 4 pillow block, and mentioned 15, 16 pillow block bearings on them rollers, in-feed rollers on that resaw that the tie blocks are setting on. So you'll see when I get backed up and I get straight up, I'll show it here in just a second. You'll see I have to be in just the right spot. And another crucial thing is when we go to grab this motor, swing it around, set it into place, motor's fairly heavy and I got to boom out on stuff, and I'm going to be throwing my weight around all 4 corners of this thing. I got to be cribbed up right to where there can't be a surprise and all of a sudden boom, 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 crash, and I'll fall off of something. So I got to make sure I'm setting just right so everything is going to work when we go to make this lift and swing it in here. See, I got to be careful where I put this weight, because there's places here I can tear up everything. Where I've got this chunk right now, I'm going to be spreading my load across many pillow block bearings, and that'll hold me up just fine. But if I went 2 inches farther and got on them sweep chains, them positioner chains, then I'd be on the cylinders, and the actual cylinder rams be holding me up, which is not good. And it's tight here. So everything you do, you got to make a careful movement, make sure you don't bump the wrong thing. Now I'll have plenty of room to reach in there and put the motor in. Alright, so now we're set up where we need to be set up. Let me see if I can get swung around here without hitting that. I'm going to have to move the boom here. Oh yeah, plenty of room. Plenty of room. Oh yeah, you can't reach up there, huh? Alright. Can you get it to tip them forks? Get it up there on it? Yeah. So going back to my time frame, we still got a big inventory on the yard. All that stuff's going on. Check and count snug yet. Waiting on mulch season and waiting on the markets to move a little. But anyway, I can go on for days on that. But so we've been down Monday and Tuesday. It's a good week. The loggers are bringing stuff in. They're trying to beat a rain shower that's coming in Thursday. So everybody's bringing logs in. So it's going to be a big log week. So we need to get this cash machine moving. You stumble for a few days and there's problems. So this whole 2 hour window we got to put this motor in, that's putting the mill crew, the excess people down in pallet department, and cleaning and doing some other things and getting stuff prepared, because in 2 hours they want to fire up and get to sawing some money, you know, and that's going to bring everybody up in the mill and get them working up in the mill where they need to be working right now, and that's putting the pressure on us a bit to get this thing in. Perry had to go do something, him and me and Rickenball don't come in for a couple hours yet, and Perry had to go do some stuff this morning, so me and Mikey and Roger and Matt, we're putting this motor in. Well, Matt's going to set it for us, but then he's got other stuff I guess he's got to do. So Roger and Mikey's to help me, and Roger and Mikey's getting this motor in. And you know, when we're kind of, we got to set the motor without hurting anything. We got to get the bolts back in it. We got to tighten up the belts. We have to hook up the electricity. We have to start it and see if it's going to run the right direction, or we got to redo the wiring, and then maybe then hopefully we can be up and running. So a lot of stuff's got to happen with a big heavy 250 horse motor here in about 2 hours, less than 2 hours now. You're talking about an hour and 45 minutes at this point. So we got. 'Gotta get the move on.
man. He's a good man. Choking kind of tight, man. Mikey. Sorry, Mad Mikey. I'm sorry, Mad Mikey. Yeah, Mad Mikey, Roger. Roger, Mad Mike. Yeah, I remember your name. You work here, you know. It don't matter, just make sure it's hooked as a basket. There you go. I think it's all right. Down? Okay. Okay, is that the opposite of down? Okay. All right, Joe. There goes nothing. I gotta get this choked into me. Alright. If I ain't careful, they ain't gonna put it in here on my lap. Yeah. Thank you, Mikey. Now this gets kind of tricky.
Yeah, no shit.
We gotta set it in there at a weird angle.
I was like, I wasn't here when we took it out, so I have no fucking clue.
We set it in there at a weird angle on that motor bracket, loader mount
Side.
Yeah, and then we the excavator gets hooked on the shaft itself, and the come along comes down and gets hooked on the motor eye. So we actually set it with the come along. I'm just putting it in there.
Gotta go in first.
Yeah, ass towards the saw. And Roger, kind of watch, make sure I don't hit the wrong stuff. I can't quite see out there. Yeah, and then I'll hook up to the shaft, and then we gotta thread to come along through some funky stuff. I can't remember, I have to look.
One side.
All right, now this comes down through the belt. They get hooked on the actual doodad. Somebody with some piss and vinegar is gonna have to run this.
Yeah. You gonna load everything in, Roger?
All right. Just make sure I don't bust them there about
That'll be okay. Do the
yeah, no. These bolts
don't come out.
we'll have to line them up. Get that bolt down, ain't quite sitting right. I don't know what the Roger, the front of this, is there a bolt sticking up? Right by the foot, if there is.
I don't see it. I don't think that.
No, I think it's, it must be missing out there too. So them back bolts, we can put them in when we get it in there.
Down here. I got
Yeah.
mine anyway.
Oh no, it is sticking up, and we're lucky when it screwed the threads up on it. See where I'm sitting on it? See that, Roger?
Oh. Here, I got one.
Right there it is. The threads are sticking up. Alright. Which you'll have control of that because you'll have the doodad. Alright. Just don't wear your damn arm out. We'll go easy. Good. Ricky Ball done it. I don't know, how hard it was. He was doing it. Three of them's got bolts sticking up, so you shouldn't.
Yeah, I focus on getting that one over by Roger and them other two.
I mostly need a rod.
How hard is that to push over, Roger? Are you ready? Pretty freaking hard, ain't it?
Hang on, me and Roger's got to make a plan there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
I don't need that.
4 or 5 inches.
Why don't I get to come along and pull back on
Do
it?
it that way.
Yeah. Save our effort. How you think?
Yeah.
Thank you, Will, man. Watch me break that ring, Robert, you watch and tell me when to stop.
I think you want me to drop a little bit.
Or just let me do the pull and so you just watch it. All right, drop a little, Mike. All right, that's good. Hang on a second, Mike. Where we at, Roger?
Better stop right there.
Huh?
Better stop right there.
Okay. Want me to take my earmuffs off so I quit yelling at you? Is that better? Yeah. I'm deaf enough without it. All right. Towards you a little bit. All right, Mike, you drop her down just a hair. Keep going. All right, hang on right there a second. Wow, this stuff. Oh, Justin's right here. Okay. Well, Roger, we can pull towards that a little bit. Yeah. Let me, no, I need to flop that flopper up. How do I get to flip my flopper down there, Roger? I don't know. I thought you were supposed to know all this.
I didn't take it, boy.
I didn't either. I run the escalator.
Right there, wait.
You what?
Let me go back some.
Go back? Okay. Right there? Alright. Right there?
Yep.
Coming down.
And the other one will just slide up through there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's it. Weights off of it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
Call my name here.
Shoo-wee! Alright. I don't know where the I need to call Tim and ask him about a couple little wires. There's a couple of wires in that motor I recognize. I think are for static electricity. I'm not sure. Wet electricity.
Where did I leave my light? Light set out there.
Your light?
I got it.
Rob, you want this apple?
I like my apple. How do you want to put a note on this one so I can...
Yeah. Hang on. Yeah, I'm coming down. I'll put a number wash and stuff on it.
You are done.
I'm good, yeah? Got him, Mike? It'll need to be kind of snug because we'll have to,
I didn't know which one you wanted to do.
let me snug it just a smidgen so when we tighten it, it'll pull. All right. Got her? Well, I'm gonna save my camera battery. We got it in the hole, we got the nuts started, the bolt started, the nuts started. We'll come back here in a little bit. Hi. Okay, we got our bolts on, the motor's mounted down. Mikey's tightened his belts up, he's about gotten where he likes in. And he says they got a little bounce. We do the bouncy test here. Yeah, see, that's the bouncy test. And then I'm hooking the box up here. Oh, there's. So, and then we got these bolts to tighten down here on our motor mounting brackets, and then wiring it up. That's it.
Should be a socket over there.
I will have to where my tater tools? Tatey too. Start with hooking up the ground. That's not the ground. Can we hook just any of them to the ground, Roger?
You're going to bring the motor out.
What is this? I'd say this be our ground. It's the only one that don't have a doodad. Okay. And I need to, let's see if we break the okay, now we're going to hook up these here units. There we go. Well, this is kind of boring. I'm not going to YouTube this. All right, here it is. So y'all can see it. Mikey tightened all the wires up, and we put our little socks on. Here's for Tater's reference, because I'll look this up later. MSC 500s. Well, them things a hell of a lot better than that like tape and stuff we've been doing. So we're going to cover it up. Okay. They sit in there good too. Hell, it'll be all right. Let's see if we get him on there for you. Hang on, it's going. Nope. Yeah, nope. There you go. It's all you, Mr. Mikey.
Tighten
turn backwards now.
Road over there. We're supposed to do that before we get on the ship.
Well, I didn't want to.
That boat over there's tight, Mike.
Yeah, let me get out here in case there's a tater mistake fireball.
That should be.
Not that I would doubt my word, Roger. Why are you laughing? You'd think he'd seen me make a mistake or two.
Yeah.
It's been 22 years.
Yeah.
Me and Roger's worked together for 22 years. I've put up with him for 22 years.
No, I put a few.
Oh, he says the other way around. Okay. I'm gonna get my come along out of here. And Mike, I think we still got the new saw blade on here. Do we need to take that off? Ann said that's $3,500 for that saw blade, so we need to not run it. This can dump ain't gonna jump up, is it? Yeah, probably is, ain't it? We should be done with this, Roger. Please spin the right direction. The top needs to spin forward, so let's go watch him. Nope, it's backwards. Ta-da! All right, well now we gotta go swap these wires around. Story of my life. 50-50 chance. What's the chance to go right? We'll flip these and be back. Okay, we're gonna swap this. We gotta swap 2 legs and then we'll get this triangle running. I think they call this Delta. So we'll swap 2 legs and get the old Delta running the right direction. Okay. Alright. There we are, quarter.
How you doing, dear?
We're working at it. We're almost done.
That's all right. We ain't no rush. Do it right. Roger should have had the paperwork on how to hook that motor up.
Well, ain't nothing good. I just had the one wires that it didn't. There's an overload thing that I ain't used to.
Is this motor put on there brand new in August 2000? It was a brand new motor.
So it's ran for
24 years.
24 years, 23 and a half years. It's probably just time.
Yeah. Be careful.
I'm there, you. Alrighty. This baby back on. We'll get ourselves in business. My God, we've been working together for 22 years, Roger. We've been working together 22 years.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Now, those of you who don't know this, Roger pretty much taught me how to be a man. Me and him started. How old was I, Roger? That'd have been,
You weren't married yet.
yeah, I wasn't married yet. It was,
How old was you when you got married?
shit, I don't know. See, I'm 44 now, almost 45, so I'd have been 22. I was just a puppy. Roger took me in when I was just a puppy, pretty much taught me everything about logging. God, the stuff I used to struggle with, broken chainsaws, hung up and everything, stuck skidders, you name it. I always tell everybody pretty much that teach Roger everything. There it is. We'll get this puppy together and we'll be back. Here we go. We'll give her the old heave-ho. There, we're ready to rock and roll.
This is starting to be a pretty long video. I'm going to shut this off. I know it's kind of strung on a bit, but I thought heck with it. I'll just show y'all what we do for a change instead of just showing the highlights. Next video we get a little issue. We go to start up. So right now it's break and everything's going bananas. We're working on stuff and trying to get the decks cleaned off, get started up and fired up, and then next thing you know, we find out we have a problem. And it's a pretty big problem, so we had to go right back into working on stuff, and the whole thing is, it was first break. I'm going to try to get this thing finished and get us everybody up to sawing, but the problem is it's pushing us daggone near till lunch before we get this thing figured out. And I'll show y'all what we done in the next video. Show y'all what we screwed up and then fixing it and getting up and rolling again. Thank y'all, everybody. Have a good one. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that stuff. Leave comments, thumbs up, whatever, the whole mess. You know the jargon. But thanks, everybody. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. And everybody have a great day.
I'm gonna get my bucket back on and get my ass out.
Like I said, I'll put this on sharp. You want me to go tell them this?